Namaste. Welcome to this series on foundational concepts of Sanatana Dharma. In this session, we are going to understand what Vairagya is. Often we hear this term, whenever we read any of the texts of Sanatana Dharma or even in our casual conversations. In fact, in Tamil, people often use this Vairagyamana aalu, right? Vairagyamana payyan. Na Vairagyathoda vittiten. So they often use this term Vairagyam. Of course, it is used in a slightly different context when it is localized. But it is often used to understand the dispassion that one has, towards or against something. So what is Vairagya? How is it defined in Sanatana Dharma? Let us take the definition in two texts. In the Tattva Bodha, Vairagya is defined as Ihamutrartha Phalabhoga Viragaha. Ihaswarga Bhogeshu Icharahityam. So it says that whether in this world or in Swarga, not having any desires to attain the fruit of one's actions. Sounds a very complex thing, or sounds very, impractical. But then, we've all listened to the comparison of a lotus leaf. How does a lotus leaf be? When you pour water on it, the water just slides away and the leaf is not wet at all. So basically it means that whatever happens outside of us or inside of us, not being really affected by it. So when one is rooted in the Atman, if one is not too identified with the body, nor with the mind, or nor with the intellect, then that is the state of Vairagya. And we all get this Vairagya at some point in time or the other, at least a glimpse of it, right? When something bad happens or something stressful happens, then we start wondering, why am I getting stressed out? What is really happening there? So at that moment, a slight, disconnect is happening. A distance is happening between yourself and the problem, where there is an opportunity to think about it. We are witnessing the problem. So that is also a little bit of Vairagya. And when this Vairagya is taken to a very strong extent, it's called Tivra Vairagya. So, in Tattva Bodha, it is said that not desiring for the fruits of our actions here or elsewhere, even in Swarga for that matter. This can be beautifully illustrated through the story of Mudgala Maharishi. So, Mudgala Maharishi used to live a life of Unchavrita. Basically, what he used to do is that whatever grains are there fallen, he used to take that, cook and then consume it. That is the vrata that he had taken. Such an amazing vrata. It's very difficult to find such people in today's times. And he used to consume only that. And it so happened that Durvasa Maharishi had heard about this and he wanted to test him. So he came to his house and then he asked for food. And Mudgala Maharishi happily offered whatever he had. Durvasa Maharishi had a wonderful meal, thanked him and left. And when the next set of grains got collected, that day Durvasa Maharishi came, had a hearty meal and left. So similarly, he did this many times. And notice that not even a single time there was any vikara in the mind of Mudgala Maharishi. He never thought, why is this old person coming and eating all our food? What will happen to me? What will happen to my children? What will happen to my wife? And all that. There was no such thought in his mind. No display of any kind of anxiety or displeasure in his approach. And that is when Durvasa Maharishi said, Mudgala, you are one of the greatest persons that I have met. So please ask for a boon. In fact, you can straight away go to heaven. As soon as Durvasa Maharishi blessed, the messengers from heaven came. And Mudgala Maharishi asked, oh, namaste messengers, can you please describe heaven to me? So in great detail, the messengers described heaven. They said it is decked with jewels and wherever you go there is great fragrance. There are beautiful women there. Whatever you desire you can get there and all that. They went into great detail. Listening to this, there was no, you can say that there was no chanchala in Mudgala Maharishi's mind or even in his, facial expressions. Then he said that, see, the same things are here also, the same things are there also. So I don't have any desire to go to heaven. Let me do my sadhana and attain mukti. Let me go to the loka which is beyond all this. And you see that here or there in Swarga, you're not entertaining any desires. So that is the state of Vairagya. And Patanjali Maharishi defines Vairagya in the sutras as Drishtanushravika Vishayavitrishnasya Vashikara Sanya Vairagya. He says, whatever you hear about or whatever you read in the scriptures, and not being enticed by them, but having your senses under control, that is called Vairagya. Because what is mentioned in the scriptures, he is specifically talking about when you do this particular yajna, you get this particular benefit. You do Putrakameshi yajna, you have this particular benefit. You do Ashwamedha yajna, you have this particular. You do Agnihotram, you have this particular benefit. So a lot of these benefits are mentioned in the Vedas and in various scriptures. And what happens is that if one starts working only towards that phala, only towards attaining those states by doing this yajna, then a yajna will not truly remain a yajna. Because a yajna, it means that it is done where the karma phala is sacrificed, or the tyaga of the karma phala is done. But if we get attached to the benefits of every action that we do, then it means that Vairagya is absent over there. So when we do this tyaga, when we do in such a manner that where we are not attached to the fruits of our action, that is called Vairagya. It also means it is Viraga, where that raga, that affinity or that liking or those preferences no more exist. So that is Vairagya. Of course, it comes with a lot of practice. It comes with a lot of jnana. That is why engaging in Swadhyaya is such an important thing. By looking at the stories of these Maharishis, by looking at what is mentioned in the Vedas, by truly understanding what the Atman is through the study of the Upanishads, one can slowly develop this quality of Vairagya. Namaste.